first, we are happy to have in studio to talk about the 4-H programs, Dan Teuteberg. Good morning, Dan.
Good morning.
How are you doing? Thanks for coming on.
You bet.
4-H is a great organization and a big organization. Can you talk with me a little bit about 4-H in Mason County and what 4-H does over the summer? I think we're really busy over the summer.
You bet.
Right?
Yeah, this summer is a very packed summer. We have a lot of programs for youth throughout Mason County. We have our traditional summer camps, our summer day camps, youth forestry programs, career exploration programs, summer extravaganzas.
Wow.
It is a busy summer.
So the day camps, is that still out at Panhandle?
So our day camps are housed at the Transit Center Gymnasium.
Okay.
Those are, we actually finish up our third series today, and we have one more series next week.
Okay.
So we ran 4 day camps this summer, and they focus on different themes. We actually filled our enrollment right off the bat. So
wow.
Each week we could house about 20 kids, and that was right down at the Transit Center.
Oh, okay.
A great partnership there as well.
For sure. Wow, that's a fast fill up. So 4-H is popular around here?
Very, very popular. Yeah, we have a lot of clubs and a lot of volunteers who stay very, very busy working with the kids throughout the community.
What are some ways, so you talked about another event at the community center, you mentioned some other things. How can people find a list of this stuff?
It's on our website. Okay. It's also on our Facebook page. Okay. And we have handouts and flyers at our office right behind Olson Furniture there. So we are ready to go for the summer. Yeah, our summer day camps were very, very popular and filled up very, very fast. But we also have our summer camps, our overnight summer camps. We housed a few weeks ago our Mason County 4-H horse camp, and that was a very active camp, a week-long horse-specific camp.
Really?
Up at Panhandle 4-H camp.
Okay.
And then coming up, July 30th is our week-long traditional summer camp, where about 60 youth will be attending that camp for an entire traditional week of what you would think of as your summer camp experience.
My father shares stories with me of when he was a member of 4-H in California and then moved on to be a camp counselor down there. He's like, oh, Jeffrey, when I was a kid and I would go down and be part of Rec Lab and 4-H, and oh my goodness, what a great organization. And over the years, it has really shifted focus from a lot of, I think a lot of people think it's very animal-centric. Yeah. But as you mentioned, there's career things that you guys are doing. And what are some of the other stuff that you see and do, like during that week-long camp?
You bet. So that week-long camp's really focused on relationship building between youth and youth and youth and adults. It's all about mentoring, youth-adult partnerships, creating a sense of belonging for kids, and also that sense of kids' independence, gaining their own decision-making process, and feeling comfortable saying, I'd like to do this now, in that planning and that time away from their families. That sense of independence is there. It's just a great week. When I was active as a youth, summer camp was a very big part of my life, and I remember the feeling of, I'm away and this is awesome.
Sure.
But you come back and you can really think about the friendships that you've made and the impacts that those volunteers had on your life.
So I'm guessing then you really fell in love with 4-H if you're still continuing on with it today.
Absolutely. Yeah.
What do the 4-H's stand for?
Head, Heart, Hands, and Health.
Very good.
Yep.
Very nice. Yep. And is 4-H for the state of Washington a big player in countrywide? You know, is there a lot of folks from Washington in 4-H?
There is, yeah. Washington has a very large, strong 4-H program. It has a traditional feel to it, like you mentioned before, a lot of those animal-focused projects. But there are a lot of areas that are really expanding into this more social, emotional development around youth topics, and getting youth experiencing animals, if that's their choice, but also just that sense of career exploration, or the STEM projects, science, technology, engineering, and math.
Oh yeah, that's big.
Yep. Absolutely.
Coming up in August, the first week of August is the Thurston County Fair. And we've had fairs over the years. We haven't had one in a couple of years. And that was a big change, I know, from talking with folks about the way 4-H and Mason County were there, and distinctions and notifications and qualifications. How are we working with all that stuff?
You bet. So when the fair transitioned in Mason County here, we decided to pursue what we call the 4-H extravaganza.
Okay.
And what that is that's coming up on Saturday, July 30th, right here in Shelton. And that is what we call our fair qualifier. And that is where the 4-H members can bring their projects, what they worked on the year, and showcase them to the community. It's a really fun event. We have activities and games for youth participants. We have a whole bunch of stuff on display. There's public presentations happening. There's a $10 fashion review challenge going on. There's going to be food up there. That is how we're supplementing that fair experience for kids.
And the kids seem to like it?
Absolutely. It's a fun-filled day. Mason County always had a typically shorter fair, usually over a weekend or 3 days.
Yeah.
This is a one-day event. So for family planning and for that time commitment, people really seem to enjoy that one-day opportunity.
What are some of the hours that kids will put in showing their animals or doing these services when it comes to that?
You bet. It's not uncommon for youth to spend 5, 6, 10 hours a week per project. And we're not talking about animals. Animals, you are daily working with that animal throughout the year. Our 4-H calendar is October 1st. That's when we start, and we go all the way to the end of September. So youth are really working on their projects. And if you think of the 5-year-olds starting off, that's our age requirement starting in 4-H. Really working on what they want to work on all the way up to age 18, 19. There's quite the difference of hours spent on these topics. So we really talk about the sense of mastery on projects, and we don't say they're the masters at it, but it's that sense of continuing education per topic where kids are lifelong learners because of this 4-H experience.
Once again, I'm talking with Dan Teuteberg here from 4-H programs here in Mason County, with a lot of big things coming up soon. Again, let us know where we could find that, the website and the Facebook page.
Yeah, the website's extension.wsu.edu/Mason. It's just easier to Google WSU Mason County 4-H.
Okay.
Otherwise, give us a call. That's 360-427-9670, extension 681.
Okay.
Or look us up on Facebook, Mason County 4-H, or Kathy Fuller at 4-H.
Okay. So a couple different ways there that we can connect with that. And the next event that's coming up is next week's at the Transit Center.
Yep, we have our summer day camp next week happening.
Is that still open and maybe available?
Maybe. We may have had a cancellation, so go ahead and give us a call, and we can work on that with you. Our forestry summer program wraps up today, tomorrow. So that was another program that we did. Our summer camp starts July 31st, and our 4-H extravaganza is July 30th.
July 30th for the extravaganza. All right, very nice. Dan, it was good to see you. Good to have you come in today, talk about this stuff. 4-H, a great organization for sure, and good luck with all the big events this summer.
Thank you very much.
It's 8:18 here at iFiber One News Radio, and we'll be right back after these entertainment headlines from ABC.